game ready, steady aim at the target. I'm flooding the market, a break from the garbage. An artist, sensitive about mind pardon. No margin for error, flawless be rarer. The black cat goddess, you walking with a panther. Painting these pictures with words like Samantha.
Hey, it's your girl, Madam Money, aka Trap, and welcome to the official Salt in the Game album review of Ransom and Nicholas Craven's Deleted Scenes. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and let's get it. Now, we already know Ransom has been holding it down the whole year, dropping director's cut, scene 1, 2, and 3, all executive produced by Nicholas Craven. So I was really excited to see like what didn't make the cut off of these fine bodies of work. I do want to add here too, I don't think we've seen a single series from a rapper come out in 1 year's time that's been as strong in this, as strong as this has, as strong as what Nicholas Craven and Ransom is doing over there. So I want y'all to think hard, but I think like, dog, we have not seen a stronger series. You understand what a series is? You understand what strong is? I don't think we've seen a stronger series in a year's time in hip-hop than what we're seeing here going on with Ransom and Nicholas Craven. So salute to them. I also want to point out, too, we are coming to the year ends, whatever, and I'm counting these projects as one project. So when you see it at whatever number so-and-so that it's at, they'll be like, that don't count, it's 3 projects. No, this is a running thing, and it's like he's dropping a one project and just giving us bit by bit of it, because like otherwise it's a lot that he says out here, like just the lyricism and the poetry involved and what he spits on. Like this whole series is just crazy to me. I have not been like synced in and hooked into somebody's body's work just based off of like purely what they're saying and, you know, the excellent backdrop that Nicholas Craven has provided him on here. I have not felt like this about Project in a long time, so it was dope to see this. I also want to play a game with myself on here, which I failed miserably, and I'm gonna tell you what it was because they are deleted scenes. I wanted to try to figure out like what album did it drop off of, you know, what director's cut didn't it make the cut from across here. And it's just like, this is one of those things that made me realize like, yo, this is just a fine body of work all put together. So, you know, if you think you can do that, let me know. I'm gonna try it here on here, but I don't know. The first track on here, Deliver Us from Evil, dope soulful sample coming from Nicholas Craven. Real when you a stand-up nigga and nobody's watching. Shit like that. Just like, you know, just real conscious of like how you're supposed to be and carry yourself. On here he does like a lot of like boxing references in conjunction to like the justice system, and I appreciate that like a lot. I'm a boxing head for real. That's my sport that I do partake in. I'm not into all these other things. It's like boxing is my shit, dog. You could bet your life I got it near me. I get leery. When niggas get wilder, you see the fury. I need a jury to rule in my favor, tool in a blazer. 23 and 1 in my guns. I move with a razor. And it's like, okay, so it's just the entendres in here. You see the ones that's really out there, but like saying 23 and 1 in my gums, I move with a razor. So he's giving himself his own track record, but this 23 and 1 in my gums just made me like think of like the 23andMe, the swab kits for you to like, you know, see what your DNA is about, test your DNA. I thought this was really dope. He also says on here, God only picks one tortured soul that he might spare, so dreams that you don't chase quickly become a nightmare. And it's just like real shit. That's why when I say like he's writing out hood scriptures in time, because it's very spiritual. You could tell that he's learned, that he understands like, you know, these type of literary works when it comes out religious literary works. So like it's really dope. It feels like just an updated like hood Bible to me every time I hear this man spit across this series that has come out. The next track on here, Eyes Wide Shut. All right, first of all, Deliver Us from Evil, I think is either cut from I want to say 2 just because of the sample. this type of sample that's on here. I also feel like Eyes Wide Shut might have been on number 2 as well, but it could have been on 3. That's what I'm saying. It's just fine work. It's over there rhyming. These ain't the only tracks that ain't make it neither. I want to hear all of these shits on the low. But Eyes Wide Shut, just another dope soulful sample. Or here Ransom, he describes this as like martyr rhyming, and like something like that is just crazy. Like you martyr yourself, you're martyring yourself for the rhymes, and I thought that was really, really just impactful. They despise everything about me, but what's a book to a library? Playing off, what's a goon to a goblin? What's a book to a library? Just an elevated thought process involved with that. On here too, street philosophers squeeze a Glock at you, waging wars to keep us involved and defeat the prophet. And it's like the prophet and the prophet. Just the wordplay here is crazy when you're really, really just paying attention to what's going on. He also turns back to be very menacing and lets you know, like, as much as he's like on this like level, like God tier, like type of thing going on, and get real gritty and real ugly real quick. And that's why I relate to a lot of things going on here, because I understand that side of things too. A clear difference in our lifestyles. You tying the knot to lock your wife down. I'm tying the knots while she's screaming out in her nightgown. And it's like, dog, just the imagery involved in that is crazy. So the next track on here is called Final Destination, and this is where the production is a little different. This is where I was like, yo, I can't play this game, because it's this track and another track on here where I'm like, the production is just so different. I can understand why I didn't like come across on any of the works, but like it's just still ill anyway. He says on this joint, I hit the charts, but the major bloggers won't cover it. Thanks to Rory, Parks, and Ma, I'm a giant that Joe judges, and it's crazy as hell, because you got to thank Parks for this. Parks is the one who started putting underground rap into like his sleepers, where these guys is out here playing R&B and all this stuff like that. It was Parks who really started introducing this into the game, and I took notice of that right away, because I salute anybody who's like trying to bring the real stuff back. So salute the Parks on there. It's Parks, you feel me? Business is a joy once you figure out what your stock's worth. Want to find out who you are, just figure out who you're not first. And that's just really real right there. Just like, just motivation and stuff like that, just things to keep in mind. Also on here too, the beat switches halfway through this as well, and the sample comes through on here, like the sample, so you're not really catching the whole full production on here, but you catch the sample at the end of this track, second half of this track. Also on this track, he says back in 2006, way back when Stax had the two-tone boxer with the big blades, and it's like, yo, that is such an iconic car in New York City. Like, anybody who was outside during that time period, anybody who was fortunate enough to like see Stack Bundles in real time, RIP, like, this the truck that he's talking about. Like, this is something he had to keep parked up, because like it was so noticeable. You knew it was him when he was coming in there. And just that flashback of that time period, like, just amazing to me. Like, Stack Bundles is like my he's my birthday brother, same day, same year, same month, you feel me? So I always watch him, I always enjoy his work, and I miss him every chance. Like, for real, I listened to him so much, because I really, really was feeling this cat, because I saw how he was moving out in the street too. It always was like, damn, who is that nigga? So I appreciate anytime anybody brings him up in his rhymes. And Ransom instead have numerous amounts of tracks together, because they was part of that whole, you feel me, like, time period of the triangle offense back in the day and stuff like that. So you just knew what you was getting into when you heard these cats spitting and you seen these cats around. The next track on here is called Midsummer, another soul sample. The track is only 1:09, 69 seconds long, and this is the type of thing, like, Ransom could put so much information in just how he structures his bars, and how he could put shit together in such a short amount of time. Like, it's well documented. I quit and came back stronger. A trail at Park was headed. You spend your time trying to convince them that you're not pathetic. It's top genetics over rocks and relics. And something just so, like, in this little piece, he's giving you so much information. It is crazy. He starts the track off by saying, I don't think y'all understand the symmetry. And that's some real shit. Like, you feel me? You gotta have type knowledge to deal with some of the things here, even though it doesn't seem like it is definitely there. He also calls his track like poetry in motion, like his rhyme style is definitely that. The next track on here, the Shaka, and this is one I said, like, you know, it has a different production, but it's like that same type of vibe, like Final Destination. And again, like the beat switches midway through this too. So I was trying to figure out like where would this place was it the first one where you know y'all thought maybe y'all could play around with these type of tracks a little bit, introduce us to the series, and have these little different type of sounding tracks on there. But who knows? Like I just like I said, I just want to hear more of the deleted shit because like if this is the stuff that didn't make it on these things, and we saying that these bodies of work that he put out is so fine, like yo, like I don't know, dog. Like you're not gonna win against this type of shit that's going on here. I don't care what's going on. Got niggas coughing, nobody caught a virus is mortifying. Like crazy. Just giving you that same like element of that menacing vibe that's going on. You got a piece on here. You see them junkies on the corner buying. I tell my horse supply them tell my horse supply them get their numbers and turn them into clients. And it's like that's what you do. You see some shit jump in, you try. I mean that's playing dirty yourself as well too. You don't really try to like take somebody's clientele from them, but that's what you really do. You take the clientele from them. Beat switches, he refers to himself as, you know, premier street poet, and that's just what it is. Also do appreciate the piano on this track. And it closes off track 6 with the Reaper's Hood remix, which is not on any of the Director's Cut series. It's really off of Craven's N2 album that dropped that has Mac Hami on it. Dark Low is on there, Styles P is on there, but this was like kind of like the first introduction we see with Ransom and Nicholas Craven. So I did appreciate this so much. I cannot wait for Director's Cut Scene 4 to drop, close out the year, just like, you know, every quarter, just giving us a dope project for the whole year. Is crazy to me, but I'm about to get out of here. Let me know how y'all feel about this. Let me know where y'all think some of these tracks could have fit into 1, 2, and 3, and let me know your favorite bars off of this and your favorite beats. Okay, I'm Madam Money. You can follow me on Twitter at Madam Money Says. That's MADAMMONEYSAYS on Twitter and IG. But as always, I'm about to get out of here.
That heat that'll light your soul up. Talking about Kundalini, this the glow up.
This is opulence.
Focus and confident.